Good morning, traders, and God bless. I am Ricky Gaspard, and I am your host. And this morning we're watching these two scans, the two pre-market scans. We're sorted by volume, highest to lowest. We'll be watching for volume spikes over here on the stocks that's moving. And we come over here and we check the current bar volume, which is this last candle, to make sure it has enough volume to get in and get out safely. Like to see these numbers really moving, and that's what they're doing now. And that assures us that we may not get a partial fill or exit. Once we confirm we have enough volume, we check that these two moving averages have crossed over, and they usually have if they're spiking up. This is the 5 EMA, this is the 13. You'll see these white arrows pop in when the volume increases and the buyers are on board. I'll be marking support and resistance levels. I'll be watching the price going up. Once it starts reversing to the downside, I will mark a resistance level. Once it pulls back down to a bottom, I'll mark a support level. And we always plan our entry down here around the support level for the next run up. Works very well for us. It's called the pullback strategy, and it's been around for many years. Before we enter into a trade on support, we want to confirm that we have enough volume down here and some tall green volume bars. The green ones are the buyers coming in, the red ones are the sellers. Also like to see this my blessing indicator above the yellow line if possible. If not, we want to see this red and green line moving upwards. And this white line is the trend. I'd like to see it slightly moving upwards as well. This stock looks really good. Unfortunately, our time has not started yet. Never trade off my screen. My screen is delayed, and delays can cost you money. I'm also not a financial advisor. Before you use any of my tools or take any of my suggestions, make sure you reach out to a licensed professional financial advisor. The stock market is tough. Sometimes I make wrong decisions just like everybody else. So make sure you reach out to the proper person to guide you through your investment career. I thank you for joining me this morning. As we wait on the market to open, we got about 2.5 minutes to go. I'm seeing AKAN moving around, NCPL, and a few others, but that can all change at 6 a.m. So we'll see how the start goes. It's Memorial Day weekend. Don't forget the fallen. That's what this weekend is all about. Many people gave their lives so that we may live, so keep them in your thoughts. Usually these weekends sometimes are unpredictable. You may have a rally today, or it may do absolutely nothing. So we have to wait and see what the response is to the market. Enjoy your coffee for the next minute. Hopefully we'll get a winner right out the gate. Make sure your chart and your active trader is set to EXT or you won't get a trade in. About 10 seconds to go. Good luck to everyone. Let's see which one takes off this morning. Okay, let's go. AKAM pulling back a little. Looks like the buyers are trying to push it up. Don't be too anxious to get in. Don't just jump in because this thing could drop. It's been rising early morning. We want to see a nice clean pullback or a long tail on the bottom of this candle for the buyers to push it on up. There goes the push. Not very much, only a few pennies. Now almost 10 cents. Let me zoom in a little bit tighter here so we can watch it. That was not a big push, so you got to be careful. They may be fixing to sell off. There's many people in profit at this level from the previous market session. So just be aware of the drop. Looks like we may get a pullback here. I'll mark the resistance level. Watch for a long wick on the bottom of this candle. That would be the buyers buying up what they're selling to push it higher. This candle closes, I will mark a support level. Then we need to watch for the green bars to come in down here. That candle did close. Let's see if we bounce all the way back up and break through that 590. Not seeing a tall dominator bar coming in. I'm seeing this, my blessing indicators pointing south. Doesn't look like we're going to get a bounce. Red dominator bars coming in. We'll continue to watch it. The buyers are buying up what they're selling. We did get a spike arrow pop in for a second. Not a whole lot of volume. Looks like it's dying off, actually. Probably not a good play. But don't give up on it. It's pretty much the only thing moving. I don't see any other spikes. Looks like the buyers are trying to come in. Not enough buyers to drive it up yet. We are holding this 560 price range. Doesn't look like anyone's interested in driving it up. Profit takers tired of hanging on. Okay, AKAN goes in the personal watch list to keep an eye on it. Still holding that 560 price range. They may come in. Looks like we're turning around on my blessing indicator. The volume has slowed to a crawl. Well, I hope this is not a suggestion of how the market's going to go today. Hardly any spikes. AKAN holding its price but not moving. Let's take a look at the SPY and see where the SPY is headed while nothing's happening. Take the 15-minute chart. Zoom out. That's where the SPY is this morning, so it is down. Get rid of these lines. Back to a 1-minute chart. Looks like everything except for AKAN and FFIE has dropped. We will stick with AKAN, see if it gradually pulls up. Looks like they are trying to buy into AKAN now. They probably can't find anything else, just like us. My blessing indicator turning upwards. Just doesn't have enough buyers to keep it up. Can everyone hear me, see me? You're sleeping? All right, thank you very much. Very slow move upward on AKAN. It is moving up, but it's just a crawl. Too slow for me to chance it. We did make it back up to 586. Now 591. The buyers are coming in. Looks like this is the one they picked this morning. I can just about tell everybody was looking for stocks, and this was the only one that's moving, and they came back to it. See if we can close this candle above 589. Us too, Don, that's right. Got to stay in touch with the buyers and sellers, driving it up a little more. My blessing looks like it may roll over, so be careful. If you're in profit, I would take some. Yeah, we're not having that this morning, Nature. This looks like I'm having connection issues on YouTube side. Hope I don't lose you guys. Yeah, I got a warning over here. Must be on the internet somewhere because I never lost connection, only through the software. So between me and the server somewhere, we lost connection. Good job, Amadeus. That's why I didn't get in. I didn't want to go negative first. Not with a couple thousand shares. I don't like going negative. Good morning, Thumb. Pushing up for a little more. Showing weakness on my blessing, so be careful. This may not be a run. Holding this price level at 615. Let's take a look at HLTH. I am told it has a spike up. Long wicks on the top. That's a dangerous one. Could be trouble. Stay away from that one for now. Back to AKAN, who's still trying to push upwards. Not seeing any spikes. That's how low the volume is. AKAN holding the price level is a good sign. There could be a few more buyers come in and drive it up a little bit more. Selling off slowly. Might come back down to retest 590. This one right here is going to be a tough call to get in or get out. It's probably going to end up just running up or running down. Can't determine that direction just yet. Rising up a little bit. Continuing to rise slowly. I'm not liking the My Blessing indicator right now. Even though it's going up, this is displaying weakness. So be very careful here. Slowly creeping up, still going. Couple profit takers. Couple buyers coming in. Slowly creeping up. Not seeing level 2 on fire like I would like to see it. Not seeing a lot of huge numbers on the ask side of level 2. That's great, F. I create them, you fine tune them. How about that? I try to tell everybody, mess with the numbers a little bit. Watch how it performs when a stock is moving up. Learn what it's doing. You have to do that with all of these indicators. DBGI, I'll take a look at it. Not in my scans. Hope it has volume. I guess that's wrong. What did I type it wrong? DBGI? I don't know. It's not coming up. Thank you, Amadeus. You are welcome, Silverado, and bless you and your family. AKAN slightly selling off. Well, we're all awake, but the market tends to be still sleeping. A couple of you made a little bit off of AKAN, but it wasn't a good, promising run. It was a slow play. DBGI is now in my scans. I don't know why it didn't come up when I typed it in. Is it DBGL? AKAN. My blessing indicator's down on the bottom, trying to turn north. The trend line is good. It's above yellow. This is the trend line right here. It's not pointing upwards. That's because we don't have the volume to drive it up. SWIN. SWIN, very low volume play. Don't know if I would chance it at this level. Probably hard to get in and hard to get out. Possible pullback. Let's see if it happens. That's the resistance level. That candle did close. I will put a support line right there. Let's see if it has the power to go back up. Doesn't have enough volume to drive. I'm going to go back to AKAN. If y'all want to play around with it, you can. Too low a volume, too unpredictable. AKAN retesting 590. At least we have volume on this one. I'm going to go ahead and mark a resistance level on AKAN. We are down at support. Let's see if they got enough buyers to drive it back up. Well, pretty dead this morning. I kind of expected it. Memorial Day weekend, bad economy, awful administration. Still selling off. We are on the backside of the run. Probably only going to see a couple of bounces as it's coming down. Unless the buyers step up. Trend is turning downwards. Sellers are driving it down. Still holding around 590. Nick, I can show you real quick if you watch the screen. Click this gear icon, click equities right here, and uncheck this highlight extended hours trading session. And it'll take that gray off of it. I do see horse until they're not relevant anymore. But they do continue to be played on for quite some time. But I have seen other levels, new levels be set, and that's when I start changing them. Like these are probably good for today. Don't know if they're good on Monday or Tuesday. Yeah, I may let Milo take over at 7 if he's interested. Yeah, that's the question. You're right, Amadeus. I have ONMD in my personal watch list. I'm watching it for spikes if it starts moving. Well, AKAN is hanging around that 590 price. That's a good sign. Maybe some buyers will find it eventually, and maybe we'll get another little play out of it. It's one of the few stocks that look good in the charts this morning. So I got everything completed on the new indicator that's coming out. All I have to do is click the button to turn it on. I'm going to do that on Sunday around noon. So that's when it'll be ready for purchase. TIRX. Spiking up. Don't chase green candles. It could be a trick. It could be a pump and dump. Let's try to get a pullback play out of it. Volume's not real high, just like AKAN, but I think that's going to be the best we're going to get this morning. Nice push upwards. See if we can break the high of 383. Long wicks on the top, never a good sign. TIRX. Not looking too good right now. Back down to 330. There was the resistance level at the top at 360. Bounce right back up to 360. What a hard one to call right there. Low volume plays, bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. Could break a new high. Look at that drop. That's 25-cent drop. That means stay away. Good job, Don. This is a guessing game on this one. The volume's too low for it to run smoothly. There's the jump up to 3.99, $4, 403. For as bouncy as it is, if you're in profit, I would definitely be taking it. Looks like AKAN took a drop too, right? It's down in the 560 now. TIRX. I will set a level. I hope you didn't get stung by this one. It's bouncing 25, 30 cents. TIRX. Buyers have given up, dropping now. AKAN found support at 560. Don't have any faith in it anymore either. We're on the backside of a run up. Yeah, too bouncy for me, Milo. Milo, did you hear me earlier say if you want to take over at 7, you can? Do you have time? I don't want to force this on you. Well, well, well. This is kind of what I expected. I was hoping it would be a rally instead. But I guess there's nothing to rally about on Memorial Weekend. It's in memory of. NCPL making a spike up. Cheap stock under $1, actually around 30 cents. Dean, I don't blame you one bit, brother. Hardly any volume. Risk play day is what I'm going to call it. You got to keep in mind NCPL, the price is so low, people are buying 10,000 shares. So that volume being at 42 million is up that high because people have to buy so many shares of it to make a profit. You may have only 10,000 people buying a large amount of shares playing. So the volume runs real high on penny stocks because they're so cheap, and you got to buy a lot of it to make any profit. Good job, Jay. GME, I'll take a look. Looks like the rest of them don't have enough buyers or sellers to move it. Last bar volume 325. Not something I want to throw money at. I'll never get out of it. AKAN still hanging around 560. CompuCare, it's 645 here. You can see that on my screen. I don't want any GME. Today I don't want anything, I don't think. I want to put my money to work for me, and there ain't no workers there. Good morning, Jimmy. Welcome to Slow Friday Memorial Weekend Trading. AKAN back up to 589. Telling you this is where your money's going to be right here this morning if you can get some out of it. Volume is picking up. Buyers are coming in. May come back down to retest 590. So we're having these bursts of volume, and then we have no volume, and then we have a burst of volume, and it is rising or trying to. I am talking sometimes, Milo. I'm looking for something to buy, but there is nothing. Milo, I can hang in there if you have computer issues. I just thought maybe you wanted to get with the traders and have a little fun. Okay. AKAN back down to that 590. May bounce up here a little bit. I'm afraid to buy in on the dips. I'm afraid the volume won't come back in. It may eventually get back up there to that 635, but no promises. It's trying to go. Will too. I think there's plenty of videos on YouTube if you look up how to trade pre-market with ThinkorSwim. This morning is a trading session, so I don't think anybody's going to have time to actually walk you through it. I know they would love to, but we're currently trading. But I'm pretty sure you can find a video on it. Well, I can say one thing, AKAN hasn't had any real big devastating red candles. I believe if we had buyers, it would drive it up. CompuCare, are you talking about the chart I have up here? This is a 1 minute chart. So it's going to be 1 minute if that's your question. Yeah, we're on a 1 minute chart. You can see it right here. So every candle is a minute. You are welcome. Jimmy, take your mouse off the buy button. It's going down. We've played Lucy before, or some of you may have. I don't think I have, but I remember the symbol. LUCY, 26 cents, spiking up. All right, YouTubers, sorry we didn't get any plays this morning. I appreciate you joining me. I hope you have a very blessed Memorial weekend. Don't forget the fallen. They're the reason why we live. I thank you for joining me this morning. If you haven't joined our Discord, there's a link at the top of the chat. Click that ThinkorSwim stock alert scanner and scripts. Join our Discord for free. Talk to some of the investors over there before you decide to upgrade. We'd love to have you on board. Once again, God bless. Have a good weekend. Goodbye.